What's up guys? Are you looking for a polycarbonate flip rear windshield for your Honda Pioneer 1005? Well, SuperATV has the fix, and today we're going to show you everything you need to do to get it installed. So the first thing you're going to want to do is remove all the contents from your box you get from SuperATV. You want to test fit your windshield and make sure it's going to fit. We've already done this, so we're going to go ahead and remove the protective film from both sides of our windshield. We'll want to go ahead and remove our packaging from our gas struts. You'll have a zip tie on this one over here. Just go ahead and remove your zip tie. Pull them off just like that. Set it aside. And then right here on this lower edge, we're going to get our straight bulb seal. So the straight seal will look just like this. And we're going to apply this across the lower portion of the windshield here, the side that'll have the handle. So just go ahead, start right here on this edge, run this bulb seal all the way across. Then once we get to this point right here, we'll just go ahead and cut off the excess. And just make sure that you got your bulb seal fully seated. To go back and just push on it. Then we're going to grab our foam gasket. We're going to apply it right down through here along the edge of the windshield. All the way to right here. Then you can just tear it off. And we'll do the same thing over here for this side of the windshield. Just peel it off, same as we did on the opposite side. So now we're going to take the lower portion of the windshield, we're going to set it aside, we're going to grab the upper portion and get it up here and get our seals installed to it. Alright, so we have our upper portion here. We've already test fit it, so we're good to go ahead and remove our protective film. Then we're going to go ahead and grab all four of our clamps. What we'll want to do is go ahead and remove your nut off of your screw, pull your grommet out, and then take your screw, slide it in here, and there'll be a little insert inside of this grommet. So once you have the insert out, you want to go to these four holes across the top of your windshield. Take the grommet, beat it in to your holes, then take your insert, slide it into your grommet, and you want to repeat that same step for the rest of the three holes. So now we're going to grab our 90-degree bulb seal. We're going to apply it right here on both sides to our windshield. You want to make sure that this is facing up, and you want to make sure that you install the seal with the bulb facing towards the inside. It'll look just like this. Then once we get right here, we'll just go ahead and cut off the excess. So look just like that right there. And come over here, do the same thing. Cut off your excess. So then your rear windshield, or the upper portion of your rear windshield, will look just like this right here. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the rear. We're going to get our clamps installed as well as the upper portion of our windshield. So now we're going to take our clamps and we're going to position them in the following positions. We want to make sure that we have the flat facing towards the back side of the machine. Also, if you have a roof installed, you want to remove your rear hardware, get it up out of the way. As you can see, we got some boxes just kind of holding this roof up just to get it out of our way to make it easier. If you don't have a roof, you don't have to worry about doing that. We're going to take our first clamp. It's going to go right here in this position. We want to make sure again that the flat is facing towards the rearmost portion of the machine. Just makes it easier whenever you go to stick your hardware in. And right here, we'll also have a clamp. And right here. And then lastly, we'll have one all the way down here. So once we have all of our clamps pretty much in position, we'll go ahead and grab the upper portion of our windshield, get it laid up here. Get your hardware, go ahead and stick it through. Get one of your nuts started. Just like that. And we'll just keep going down through here, installing our hardware to our clamps. We're not going to fully tighten anything just yet. We're just going to get it started. That way this windshield's laying up here in position. Just make sure that you get all your hardware guns started. That way it'll still move a little bit for us. So now we're ready to get the lower portion of the windshield installed. So now we're going to go ahead and remove all of the screws out of the clamps. And we'll do this to both sides of the windshield. So before we install our windshield, we're gonna get in our hardware pack, and we're gonna have some small Allen-headed hardware, as well as sealing washers. We wanna make sure that we go ahead and get our sealing washers on all of our hardware, because when we hold it up here, we're gonna wanna go ahead and get everything threaded together. That way it stays in place for us, long enough to get our clamps on and get it fully attached to the cage. I'm gonna grab our windshield. Make sure our clamps are all open. And we're gonna slide our windshield up underneath of our upper portion, just like this. Make sure that we get it on both sides. And we're gonna wanna reach through, get our hardware started. I wanna go ahead and get all 4 of them started. We have ours kind of wedged in position here to where it's not gonna move, because we have a spare tire carrier, so it's kind of sitting up here on this side. If you don't have one, you're gonna have to kind of hold it in place while you put the hardware in. This is a part where if you had somebody to help you, this would be a great time to get them involved. All right, so we got our hardware started here. And we're gonna go through and install all of our hardware to our clamps. And I like to use a long Allen socket. We wanna have it so we have at least a couple threads on each of these clamps with 1 screw. That way we're safe. We know it's not gonna fall on us or anything of that nature. All right, so we have all of our hardware started here. Now I can already tell from looking at mine, we are gonna have to do some adjusting. We wanna get everything up enough to where our windshield will clear this bolt right here. On both sides, we're just gonna work the windshield up. So right there, that's looking pretty good. We got clearance. I'm gonna go ahead and start snugging some hardware up here, just to ensure nothing's gonna move. All right, so we have clearance there on that bolt. So we're gonna go ahead, get the rest of our hardware tightened up. We'll go ahead and tighten our clamps. Just make sure before you fully tighten it, you get all of your hardware started, and then just double check that you have clearance once you have everything tightened up. You want to make sure that you don't over tighten these. Once you start getting them tight, you'll hear them start to squeak. Once they squeak a couple times, they're good and tight. There's no reason to tighten them any more than that. Now we're just going to go through and fully tighten all of our clamps. There's another point to where if you had somebody to help you, make it a little bit easier. So now we're going to flip our windshield up, grab our gas struts, slide them into the hole, just like this, on both sides. That way it'll kind of rest. Then we're gonna grab our nylock nuts that were provided in the kit. We're gonna thread them on to the threads, and you'll get a 12mm wrench as well as a 13mm wrench or socket. Either way, it doesn't matter. Just gonna go ahead and fully tighten our gas strut. We'll do this for both sides. So it should look just like this. Now your windshield should open and close nice and easy with your gas strut. So you may wonder how you're going to secure the windshield in the down position. Well, that's why we send these heavy duty Velcro straps. Just get your windshield in the closed position. Take one of your heavy duty Velcro straps, slide it through like this, wrap it around your cage, pull it tight, and just wrap your strap back around itself. That way it secures it. And we send you one for both sides here. Get it nice and secure. And then all we'd want to do is just go ahead, remove our boxes from our roof hardware, if you even had a roof on your machine. If you didn't, you're done. And as you can see, it fits perfectly with the SuperATV fully tinted polycarbonate roof. It gets you that much closer to having your machine fully enclosed. If you have questions about enclosures for your Honda Pioneer or anything that SuperATV offers, be sure to check us out online or give us a call. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.